How's it going, YouTube? It's Elhaane back with another video. It's been a minute since I've posted on this channel. I understand that. And I also know that a lot of people are making Hellhades free-to-play videos, so I don't want to just be another creator in that mix, but I know that I just am. Let's be real, I just am with this. But I am taking part in this challenge, and I do have a YouTube channel, so I figured why not throw this up there for anyone that wants to see my progression and how I'm taking on the challenge. And to be honest, I don't think there's any special way anyone can take on this challenge unless there's any like crazy tricks, because we're kind of all stuck in the same rut. Like, we're out of energy, out of gems. We're just waiting until we bust open a door, can get past a certain Doom Tower level, something like that. But let me catch you guys up to speed with where we're at. So I started this account with a lot of problems. I made a lot of mistakes at the beginning because, for starters, I started my account 12 hours early at 8 a.m. instead of 8 p.m. UTC. So I played for a whole day on a different account and had to disband that and, start all over on this one. So we're already starting off to the wrong foot. I also started with Elhaane, which I don't hate. I figured this would blast me through that early game faster than the other champions, but in reality, Elhaane, Kayle, Aethel, they all kind of get through the early game as, the same speed. They're all very fast. So I'm kind of stuck with Elhaane. However, I do have a plan for her where later game, once I replace her in my clan boss team, basically, I plan on making her into a stun set champion. If I'm still lacking in AoE crowd control champion, she could be a great option for that. So I'm not like super upset about this. I love Elhaane. She's my favorite of the starters. And I just think, I see people with Kayle just putting up bigger numbies, and people with Aethel can do different Doom Tower bosses a bit easier. So it sucks a bit, but Elhaane is still like a nuker powerhouse, like still surprises me to this day about how good she is. Now, you probably just snuck a peek at the champions that I have. I do want to say I've seen some people in this challenge who have pulled like some crazy legendary champions. I just, maybe they had like multiple tabs open doing multiple accounts, or maybe they're just that lucky. One person has like a Teodar and like another poison big nuker champion. It's crazy stuff. So I have not had that luck. I am playing like the most bare bones, run it straight type of version of this challenge where I just don't have a crazy legendary champion yet. However, I actually think that is better in the long run. I know that's weird to say, like maybe it's copium, maybe I'm saying I don't want a legendary for a reason, that I think that is copium, but I'm being honest. I would rather pull a Giga Chad epic champion than a legendary champion, because in this early part of the game, you're so starved of books in the first place, and I knew that Alice was going to be a really solid champ, and to put my books into her without her having competition is massive. Now, where I did put my epic books, though, I think is also a mistake. So the moment that I pulled Steelskull, I knew that Steelskull was going to be what set my account apart from other accounts. Steelskull is an exceptional support champion with a single target cleanse, can help you with the stun on clan boss, can help you with Doom Tower bosses. The AoE increased defense, excellent for boss fights. Excellent for boss fights, and it's another heal. So he's just a healing support powerhouse. Then this A1 is kind of what brings me back in line with the other accounts. All the people that started with Kayle, if they would have pulled Steelskull's ceiling is a lot lower for them. Whereas with me, I don't have a poisoner outside of him and Taragi, so pulling Steelskull is what set my account up so well. So I'm super excited to get this guy going and maxing out his masteries, maxing him out to 60, and just letting him go to town, because right now in my clan boss team, he's not doing the most damage because he's having to use his support style abilities a lot to keep everyone alive. But once these guys start getting those War Master masteries and can lifesteal back, he'll have to use those a lot less. He can use his A1 a ton more. So I think this champion is going to be very good. It's not going to be as good as some of the S tier legendaries for sure, but I would rather have pulled him than a mid tier legendary. What do you guys think? Would you rather have started this challenge with a mid tier legendary? I can't even think of one off the top of my head. Or would you rather have started with a Steelskull? Because personally, for me, I would have either rather started with like a biggin or someone who can just like blast nuke, so I can just clear through content and clear through campaign and campaign farm really quickly. or Steelskull, and I am very happy with a support like God champ like Steelskull. So I'm very happy with that. Now, in terms of progression, I'm kind of blasting through these Arbiter missions, but I did get stumped a bit on the Fuse Justisar. I got stumped on him a bit because it does take, I don't even know where, oh, he's in this vault. It takes a certain couple of rares that you have to get from the campaign, and I had to spend over like a thousand and a half of energy on just one of those rares. So I did get kind of slowed down, which does suck because I did not get to these potion keep challenges or missions in time for them to be unlocked. So right now, I could either spend 300 gems, which I don't have, or 200 gems to open up the magic keep, or I could wait a day and a half. So we're kind of in this, slog. We're kind of just walking through mud or whatever you want to call it. But so far, we're making really good progress. We're coming up on these legendary books. Our Alice is going to get bigger. I'm not really too keen on the Arbiter. Like, I'll probably use her in a good bit of content, but I'm not really doing this for her. It's just because this is such a good source of resources that we need at this early stage, because look, we are starved on everything. So that's what we're doing. Now, in terms of Doom Tower is kind of like the thing that when you unlock it, it kind of just blasts you off, because every single one of these stages, it gives you so much resources per, 0 energy, but I'm kind of lagging behind. Now, before today, I was stuck on this stupid spider for so long. Like, I'm talking like almost a week at this point. I've been stuck on this spider. I've tried her, I'm not even kidding, over 200 times trying to beat her, and I would get her so close it would come down to like a brimstone proc or something stupid, and I would just get killed. Now, one thing that did make this doable was Steelskull. And I've seen a lot of people that started with like Sun Wukong can breeze through this boss. They didn't even think twice about it because they can just remove the counterattacks and then just boom, easy boss. Or people that started with Aethel, she's just better than Elhaane because she's not proccing those additional poison stacks, because she can get rid of her poison by using her self buffs and so on. So like, there's some other ways that other people can work around them. I didn't have those, but Steelskull was the god of this comp because I could level up this spirit host barely. Like, I barely put any gear on her or anything. But if Steelskull could go before her and cleanse her, then all of a sudden she can get her AoE cleanse off, and then we're rolling. And then I can get the boss to about half health before he picks off some of these squishier ones. And then it's just up to lifesteal and brimstone and just like lucky crits and stuff to kill the boss. And oh man, it was kind of like exhilarating the moment that I did it. Like, I took like a big sigh of relief. But I'm so glad to be done with this boss, and now we're moving on finally. Probably going to get stuck on this one too, but hopefully not. But that's our Doom Tower progression. I'm super excited to get all of this stuff, all this juicy energy and gems. Oh man, I cannot wait. I want to take this time to say, look, I get it. There are probably 100 different content creators of my size that are making videos on this challenge. I get it. It's very saturated right now, but I don't want to make daily videos. I know some people might want that. If you guys do want me to make daily updates on this, I will. I would absolutely do that for you, but I don't want to do it or start off doing it because I know there are so many people that you're probably keeping track of. I'm going to be making like semi-weekly updates on this account so you can see my progression. Whenever big things happen, like if I take down another Doom Tower boss that I've been stuck on, or I pull a good champion, I'll definitely show that as well. But I'm not going to make like super, I'm not going to upload so often that you feel like it's getting overwhelming, because I already know, trust me, there are so many content creators that we're keeping up with. Now, I will say one thing that I have been doing is I've been buying all the 39,000 uncommon champs, as well as these mystery shards, and I think that's been keeping my champion supply pretty high, because I've seen a lot of people are running out of champs to level up their champions. I just don't have that issue. Now, before I talk about some other things, I do want to quickly just go over my roster. What have I pulled other than just Steelskull? Well, I started with Ugo and Taragi and Tagore. I'm not really playing into Tagore a bit. I have some gear on him, but I'm not really using him that much, if I'm being honest. I did get one of the epic champions. Maybe I haven't even summoned it yet. I'm saving it for a summoning event, or one that this will get me points for. I did get enough to get a single Sabbatha during the Mad Hatter fusion, which I think she is a little bit better or a little bit more versatile than Tagore. So if I ever do have to dip into that extra support fund that I have, it would probably go towards Sabbatha instead of Tagore. Outside of that, the only like epics that I've pulled, the best one is Creodan. How do you say this, guys? Creodan? I don't know, but I pulled him, and currently I'm not really using him that much, but he did help the moment that I pulled him get past a certain Doom Tower stage, and every now and then he makes it into my Doom Tower teams because he has an AoE attack twice. Each hit has a 45% chance of freezing. This can go up to 2 hit. Each hit has 65% chance. So very solid crowd control champion. If I'm stuck on a stage and I just need to slow down the enemy Doom Tower wave, he's just a good shoe-in. He can just slot in nicely instead of like Steelskull or Taragi or Tagore, whichever one I'm using, and just slow down the enemy waves and let my nukes kind of go off. Outside of that, I've pulled a couple epics. I did get the free Jizzo that you get. I pulled these two, and I don't currently have plans for them, but they're not horrible, if I'm being honest. What do they even do? Okay, it attacks all enemies, decrease attack, and I'm pretty sure this guy has that as well. No, he's AoE weakened. So they do have nice AoEs, but the problem with both of these champs is that that's kind of all they are. I mean, this guy he would be very good for Fire Knight, so I might end up taking up to 50 in the long run for Fire Knight. But outside of that, I don't really have any plans to use either of these champions, unless you guys know of a place where they're just like really good. Apparently, Faction Wars and Arena Offense. Interesting. Let me know down in the comments, because if I'm just sleeping on these champs, I'd rather not. Outside of that, I do have like a couple of uncommon champions that I've thrown a bit of gear on, trying to get them through some like Faction Wars Wave 1, but they weren't able to. I think Shield Guard got through Faction War Wave 1, but Saurus could not. So I might take these up to like 30 or 40 just to get them in Faction War comps, but I don't know. So far, I'm not super impressed with them. Outside of that, that's our champions. Now, when I started off the journey, I joined a clan, and the first clan v clan happened. However, the moment that I joined the clan, everyone was active. It was great. Everyone was doing the challenge, the free-to-play challenge. Everyone was talking in chat. By the time that the clan v clan had started, the whole entire clan went AFK. I'm not even kidding. It was me and one other person logging on. So we unfortunately lost our first clan v clan, which is massive, because that first one you could get up to like 1,500 of energy, like so much energy, and we just missed out on that. So we're already like so far behind. Oh man, we're falling behind by small increments. It's like little things that keep happening that put us a little bit further behind. But now I've joined a clan. We have people chatting. I've talked to people in the clan that are like, yeah, I plan on grinding after work and stuff. So I hope we can win this one. I really do, because these rewards, all of this energy alone is massive. Not only that, but the chickens, the coins. Man, the coins would go so hard on this account, because right now we also have in the clan shop some energy. So I'm hoping that we can get that done. Speaking of the energy here, for the quests, I did take 3 expert. We don't have anything in place where we can't take 3 from the same, and they're all arena. This one is selling items, which I've been storing up items to be able to sell them all at once for this. So this one should be kind of easy, should give me some more silver to work with. Place 100 increased defense buffs in Tag Team Arena. You know who does that? Steelskull. So I just put him on a 4-man squad, pop his AoE increased defense, and then boom, I just have to do that 25 times. Easy enough. And then this one, get the first turn in Classic Arena battles. As long as my fastest champion is fast enough, we should be fine. And I'm doing so many arena battles a day that, eventually this will happen too. So I think we're going to get those 3 quests, and I think we should be able to get all that energy, be able to sponge it up. And you know what that means? We'll finally be able to get these War Master on Elhaane. We'll get War Master on Alice, and then we'll get War Master on Steelskull and be able to level him up as well. So I am super stoked for all of this energy that we're going to be able to get, because man, I'm tired of just sitting here waiting to click. I'm sure you guys are in the same boat if you're doing this challenge as well. But yeah, that's my account. So far, that's the weekly update. I guess I should show my clan boss. I'm able to one key normal and easy, but I'm kind of holding off on hard until I get that for at least the first 1 or 2 War Masters, and I can 2 key this. Then I'll be able to 2 key hard, 1 key normal, 1 key easy. Bada beam, bada boom. And yeah, that's what we're waiting on. But what do you guys think? Or would you rather pull Steelskull than like, not to throw shade, but like Ruel or something? Because I'm already hearing Hellhades kind of be upset about his Ruel pool. Personally, I am so stoked for this champion. I have him on my main account. I used to use him in my old school clan boss teams, and then I just pulled his 6-star soul on my second account. I don't even have him on that account, unfortunately. But man, what if I pulled that on this account? That'd be huge. But guys, that's gonna do it for this video. Ooh, before we close out, let's see, is there any juice, any spice in the Altar of Souls? There is not. Unfortunate. Oh, and I guess one thing I also meant to mention is that I'm storing up champions that go toward the Razin fusion. Razin's very old school, so is Steelskull, to be honest. They're all old school champs, but they fit a big important role in clan boss. So if I do need to fuse Razin, I'm at least gonna hold on to the contents that are required to do so. So that's the account. Let's do a lucky shard. Try to get this Gnut. This Nut, dude. I love this champion. It's one of my first videos I put on this channel. Who is this? Ooh, Vergus. Vergus is a Doom Tower hero. Okay. AoE places a continuous heal and increased speed and reflect damage on target ally. So what could that do? That is huge. Okay, he can put this all on himself. Also places an ally protect buff on all allies set this champion. We already have Taragi the Frog, which I don't hate 2 ally protects. This is huge. And then also places an increased defense buff on this champion for 2 turns. You know what that means is that I can put this on one of my tag team arena like teams, and then now all of a sudden I just have to do 20 attacks instead of, well, yeah, 20 attacks instead of 25. So very good champion. Then attacks one enemy, 40% chance of placing a reflect damage buff on a random ally. So huge Fire Knight pool, huge possibly clan boss pool, and then also I could just put him in regen gear, let him go to town on some Doom Tower. So I am stoked for this champion. We're going to hold on to these other 2 shards. I probably shouldn't have even pulled that one, but we're going to try to get the next fusion, or at least have a shot at it. But with this low gems, I don't know if that's possible. Yeah, guys, are you excited? Are y'all also playing this challenge? Because I'm having so much fun. I'm also playing my other 2 accounts, and I did finish the Mad Hatter on both of those accounts, so I'm kind of rated out on those 2, but it's nice to have this one to kind of just chill, farm Minotaur again, you know, get some big gains all at once again. But guys, thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoy this or want to see my progression through this challenge. I could have pulled up our leaderboards, but we're sitting at like about 100th place on a bunch of different things. So yeah, guys, what do you guys think? Are you excited to see my progression? Is there anything that I missed out that you wanted to see here? I'll definitely show that, I guess. There you go. I'm pushing all my, trying to get like a bunch of baseline stats. Trying to push resistance for Doom Tower, then accuracy doesn't really come to play yet, except for in my spirit where I have Steelskull. But that's my great haul. Guys, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys next week in the next update. Or if you want to see daily updates, let me know that in the comments below. But so far, it's just so slow that I don't think that would make much sense. Guys, I'll see you next time. Until then, take care.